HOA yells at me for training guide dog and grilling, then loses position on board. To start the story, some background you need to know about me. I volunteer to train and raise service dogs. My fiancé says clearly I have a look that says I am weak and a pushover. I have constant encounters with Karens who are just not ready for my responses when they engage me. I have been in the military for 17 years when this happened, and I was responsible for managing over 130 service members. I am anything but a pushover. I work with civilians, so I have cultivated a polite exterior because I was counseled for looking unapproachable and scary to civilian counterparts. The story, as I said, I raise service animals, so I fall under the HOA when it comes to regulations on where and what I can do with my puppy. We'll call him O. O is an amazingly behaved black lab of 6 months. I have cultivated a level of trust and obedience where I can leave him in a sit with other dogs around. So long as I am in eyesight, he will stay. I have raised a few pups by then, and I would never have done that with him, but O is amazing and I can't wait to get him back after his tour of duty helping Mrs. C be independent. I meet the HOA Karen one Saturday. Me and my fiancé and O were going to head on a road trip to visit my fiancé's parents. In our preparation, the last on the list is always getting the kids to use the bathroom before a long trip. So we head out. O gets busy and I grab a bag to clean it up. I put him in a sit-stay and hand the leash to my girl, and I start walking to the trash can. It's about 100 feet from where he went. I have clear line of sight to the dog, and he is sitting pretty and alert and watching me intently for a hand cue or voice command. As I am walking, I hear a womanly screech. I don't quite make it out, but it sounds angry. I ignore it and keep walking to the dumpster, deposit my waste bag, and turn around to head back to my 2 favorite people. It is then I make eye contact with the HOA Karen. Karen from here on out. She is your typical Karen, not an inch over 5 foot, and has the same circumference. The short chopped hair that says I am the manager now. She looks me in the eyes, and I finally listen to her shrill scream of, "Your dog must be on a leash and in your hand." My county state law says so. I will call the cops. Now I don't do ignorant, and respect given is respect earned. I was willing to try and de-escalate. My fiancé owns the condo and is super non-confrontational, so for her I try to bring it back down to civil levels of discussion. In a polite but firm voice I ask if she even looked over at the dog before she started yelling at me. She just bellows like a banshee again. I repeat. This back and forth happens 3 or 4 times, me calm, her escalating in pitch and volume. At this point she hasn't given repick, so none is required to be given back. I break out my "You done fucked up" NCO to Junior voice. It is loud, firm, and clearly states I am done with your bullshit, lady. I clearly tell her if she would have taken 2 seconds to look, she would see the dog is sitting on a leash in someone's hands. She stops bellowing at me, looks and turns a bit red in the face, then musters, "You could just say thank you," which I curtly reply, "Shut the fuck up and get out of my face." She waddled quickly off, tail tucked into the condo door. My next meeting with her was when I was grilling. The HOA states no charcoal grills and no smoking barbecue. I was born in the north, but as a military brat moved to the south since I was 2. There is a difference between BBQing and grilling. Barbecue is 12+ hours with coals of hardwood or wood smoking. Grilling is cooking meat on a grill instead of the stove. The HOA put out a reminder, no BBQing on the premises and no coals. So I was like, awesome, get a small propane grill. It's not barbecue, but it's better than nothing. So I was out grilling and I hear the banshee cry, all too familiar now. Again, she didn't come up to me and talk, she just started screaming. So I looked her right in the eye and with the same firm voice, "Shut the fuck up and go away. If you say one more word, I'll be the one calling the cops for harassment by an HOA member." She sputtered something about no grilling or open flames. And I told her fuck off, show me in writing and by someone other than her. She waddled off, and then I was approached by the HOA president with the HOA bylaws and sat to read them, during which my fiancé started a conversation with them about another issue we were having with them. She was in the middle of having the state attorney's office ask some questions about activities they were trying to force her into paying for. It wasn't going well for the HOA, and she took this opportunity to introduce herself. While she may be non-confrontational when it comes to small things, she will stand up for herself when it comes to it. Her introducing herself changed everyone's tone, and they became oh so polite. Karen tried to play the victim to her and say I was mean and could use some manners when engaging with people. I love my soon-to-be wife. She let her paint her tale how she was a victim. When she finished, she looked her dead in the eyes and said, you know, I was the one holding the leash. And I was standing right here when he was grilling. So no, you got the same respect you gave. She paled and faded to the back. That's when the president of the HOA stepped in and told me I can't have the grill and that I can be fined, and I needed to follow the rules of the HOA or the next time he'll be the one calling the cops. Well, Pres, roger that. It is my job to enforce regulations in the military. I spend hours reading instructions. Nothing pleases me more than when I can shove the black and white in an asshole's face at work to get my guys what they are owed, or to force them to do the job right. So you want me to follow the rules? Copy that, buddy. So I began my research. I found a few interesting things. 1. No HOA bylaw can be enforced if it is not the state database. 2. This particular HOA's bylaws were last updated 1994. It was 20,163. They state they follow my county's fire code, which follows NFPA 4. Finally, the gem, the exact lat and long coordinates of the HOA's property lines. So I get a login for the state's database and print the HOA's bylaws. I print the NFPA, which states in a multi-family home, you can store propane tanks no bigger than 2.7 liters, but they can total no more than 5.4 liters cumulatively. I go to Lowe's, get a rope tape measure and stakes. I pull up Google Maps and mark the HOA boundary line on it. Lo and behold, what do I find? A drainage ditch that is city property not 10 feet from where I was grilling. So I take my coordinates, my stakes, and go carefully mark off the section of city property. Now for the revenge. I call the city, county fire departments and request a permit to grill on said city property. They said go for it. I didn't need a permit for it, no one would care. I insisted and they said it's my $50. They issued an event open flame. So with both permits it was $100, but I got permission from the city to grill there for 6 months. The next day at 07:00 I went to set up. I carefully measuring so I was at least 3 feet into the city property. Set up my cooler with enough meat and beer to grill till doomsday. Then waited for the fireworks. It didn't take long for Karen to come screaming at me. I mean, I was 10 feet from the community pool and 3 feet from the sidewalk gazebo that led to the pool. I just hit record on my phone and politely told her she has no need to yell and I am breaking no laws. She kept screaming about no grilling and how she is tired of me and she going to get me arrested and kicked out if it's the last thing she does. She hasn't liked me since she saw me and has just been waiting to get me kicked out. That now that she knows which condo is mine, it is just a matter of time till she finds something. On and on. I guess me polite and showing zero fear was pissing her off. She tried to come take my stuff. Big no. As she reached for my cooler, I broke out my NCO voice and told her if she so much as brush a finger against my property, I would remove the offending body part with force if necessary. This sent her scurrying off again. About 20 minutes later I see 2 cop cars pull up, and Mr. Walpres himself. He is all chummy with the cops, and as they approach I hear him say, "Yep, same guy, I already told him." Once before he can't grill on the WA grounds. He comes to a stop about 10 feet from me. One cop stays with him, the other keeps walking up to me. I have a shit-eating grin on my face. I can hardly wait for the conversation to happen. The cop is slightly off-put by my joyous face and slight giggle when I ask what seems to be the problem. Office. I get informed that I am in violation of the bylaws and have been warned once already. And I am going to receive a ticket for disturbing the peace for threatening the WA when they were trying to enforce the rules. Ticket for an illegal open flame. Ticket for illegal storage of flammable substances, on and on. The last was if I didn't pack up I would be arrested and removed. Now that he was done, I first handed him my permit from the city to grill. He took it, walked back to the pres, and they discussed it for a moment, then returned. Says you can't get a permit from the city to grill on private property. I then showed him the coordinates for the WA in the Google Maps gridded drawing and my current GPS location. Mind you, I am smiling, handing sheet after sheet to him. Because the grid was not all on one sheet and had addendums, took about 4 minutes to explain it to him. As I was about to hand him more, he held up a hand to stop me. He then asks how long I had planned this with a smirk. I told him about a week. He gave me a look of disbelief but moved on. He then asked me if I threatened Karen. I just played back the recording to him. At the end he said, "Nothing seems out of place here, you are free to go." I stopped him and asked if I could file a complaint for WA harassment throughout him. He said no, that the city clerk office is the correct place, but he would document harassment by the two of them and file the report for me. In my state it's illegal to be harassed by the WA. It comes with jail of a few months, fines as high as $5,000 and immediate removal from the board and the possibility of recovery of damages. I settled for them both being removed from the board instead of filing a complaint. I waved at Karen every day I grill or showed her my leash if I had. Oh, bravo. Software developer here, and I love technicalities like this. It appears that those who go for being on the WA board are the nosy Nellies that like to get up in everyone's business and tell them what to do, and being on the board they wield it like a weapon. Personally, I think all HOAs should be illegal, but until they are, folks need to stand up to them.
Perfect r/fuck HOA material.
2 questions. 1. Why live anywhere with a WA? 2. Who the fuck bans grilling, barbecue, smokers? My dad is military and an attorney. It's the perfect storm to exploit paperwork technicalities and loopholes. He would appreciate the hell out of this story. I am Asian, and after reading such stories about WA, I am fucking starting to hate them. That's freaking awesome. Way to stick it to the WA. I live in Australia and had never even heard of a WA until I joined Reddit, but they seem like they can be pretty terrible. And I'm happy to not have to deal with something like that. Anyway, love the revenge. Brought a smile to my face. Would legit bust a nut if I got to witness this myself. Do you salt your meat before you grill? I dislike confrontations but have accepted that some are necessary in order to knock sense into some people like Karens. When it comes to payback like these, I usually hope it'll involve some monetary damages as payback for all the other people that have been victimized in the past. Nothing makes people learn their lesson as quickly as being hit in the wallet. Oh, that was sweet. Bravo. It is my job to enforce regulations in the military. I spend hours reading instructions. Nothing pleases me more than when I can shove the black and white in an asshole's face at work to get my guys what they are owed, or to force them to do the job right. So you want me to follow only rules? Copy that, buddy. Please accept a virtual hug from an internet stranger who doesn't have currency to give you gold for fooing over a WA using rules. May the grill be with you. The military taught me how to be loud too. I'm a soft-spoken, borderline mumbler, and nothing is more satisfying than the wide eyes and step back. Thank you, military. As an Australian, it is incredulous to me that some cunt down the road can enforce a rule to tell you that you can't have a grill or barbecue on your property. I skipped your first paragraph. Actually a couple. Before you said NCO voice. This screamed NCO revenge. There was so much planning, but it was missing the booze. Anyways, you said NCO voice and I immediately heard it in my head. Bravo, friend, bravo. I can hear my SGM screaming at me for pranking my platoon leader. Mind you, he started it. Damn, this reminds me of a fire safety inspector who keeps coming to my job site, spouting codes and violations she's just pulling out of her ass, repeatedly writing directives and stop work orders, and then getting proven wrong. Why are some people consumed with others' behavior? Trying to play fuck games with a .mil type who learned fuck games professionally. Well, it ain't gonna buff out. Now invite the entire neighborhood around for a huge barbecue grill party. Well done. As a military NCO myself, nothing grinds my gears more than someone who has precisely no authority attempting to enforce authority. You call them Karens. I call them people with clipboards and a high-vis vest. Used to be a white coat. I'm a stickler for compliance too. I think we'd be friends. Was there a knife hand involved?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.